Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for being here on a Sunday, beautiful day outside, and you're in here with us. So we appreciate that. So welcome to the 2025 Atlanta Pride Marketplace Orientation. My name is Chris McCain. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm Executive Director of Atlanta Pride. I just want to make a few comments and housekeeping notes, and then we'll get started with the marketplace orientation. So first, I just want to thank Agnes Scott College for hosting us today. They're an incredible partner, and we really love being able to host orientations and volunteer meetings in their space. So big shout out to Agnes Scott for their hospitality today. You may have met some of our Atlanta Pride team as you checked in. I just want to kind of introduce them so you know who they are. Ashley Botsis, our administrative coordinator, and Caleb Solberg, our community engagement coordinator, were running the registration. And then also Stephen Igarashi is, I think, outside still, is our director of communications and community engagement. So, and then also our board chair, Brian DeCero, just walked in the room, and glad to have him here as well. I'll let the marketplace team introduce themselves, so I'll hold off on that for now. Our goal today is really just to make sure you have the information you need to be able to activate your presence in the 2025 Atlanta Pride Marketplace. So we have a presentation for you, and we'll also have time for any questions that you all have here today. For all of you who are joining virtually, unfortunately, we won't be able to take your questions in real time. However, if you do have any questions, feel free to email us at info@atlantapride.org, and we'll get back to you within the next 2 to 3 business days. Just a few housekeeping notes. Please check in at the registration desk if you haven't already so that we know you were here. Restrooms are available just outside. There are women's restrooms that are directly opposite this room, and then around the hall just at the entranceway, they're gender-inclusive restrooms. This is, of course, being live streamed. We've got over 100 people who are currently joining via Zoom. We are recording this, and we'll make this recording available to all of you in the next few days. We'll send out an email with a link so that you can review anything that you may have missed or share it with anybody who wasn't able to attend this today. Please hold any questions you might have until the end so that we can make our way through the presentation, and then we'll be sure to have at least 10 to 15 minutes at the end to entertain any questions. Then after we take a break at roughly 2:45, we will have some snacks available outside in the entryway. Please enjoy them. And then at 3 o'clock, we'll start back with our parade orientation. And without any further ado, let me introduce our 2025 Marketplace chairs, Robert McCarrier and Jen Smith.
The mics.
Yes, the other mic too.
I'll go over there. Guess which one I am? It depends on the hour and the day. I may not remember that I'm Jen. You'll see evidence of that. But I am Jen today. And I haven't filled enough time because the mic is not working yet. That there would be Robert. When we're starting, go ahead.
Oh, we got 2 slides.
We're a festive group,
Hey, all right, I'm on now.
some more than others. This face in the corner is James. And he also has many names, and so does she.
Yeah. So this is our volunteer team. It's an all volunteer group. Some of these folks have been volunteering with us for a decade or more. So just look out for these folks in the park. Most of them will probably be there with us this year. Let's go to the next one, Chris. There we go. Oh, it's us again. If you haven't seen enough of us already, here we are. So we're the co-chairs, and we're here to support your needs in the marketplace. So if something's going on, you have questions, concerns, just look for us in the park.
We're also chameleons.
Yes.
We blend in with the scenery so well. I'm the mountain on the left. Yep.
my car. It's not your extra backyard bag. Stay on the path.
Now I can hear it.
Respect the grass
So someone.
and don't wander off
Well,
confused, like a contestant off the Snapchat, right? Mm-hmm. Also, no illegal stuff. No fake designer bags. Keep it legal. Local. Relax. There is overnight security, but sugar. Take your valuable home, please. Don't leave your iPad or your cash boxes, no rhinestone, raccoon, sculpture either. It's open. When it's over, pack it up, clean it up, and have your barcode ready for checkout. If you go to your booth without cleaning, there is a $200 heartbreak fee. And remember, loadout starts when it's safe to bring in golf carts. Watch the go ahead and then do the same fierce load in routine. Just do it in reverse. And that is a wrap on your official vendor orientation. Now you're ready to rock this ride like the fierce, fabulous pros that you are. If you love this video, my name is Savannah Tipton. And if you didn't, well, bless your heart. And you can call me somebody else entirely. It don't matter, I've been called it all. Well, yeah, all of it. I'm here, thank you. Thank you for being part of Pride Market Magic. We can't wait to see your booth, your smiles, and maybe a few sparkles on these shoes. Oh, my shoes, I gotta find those. Gotta dig them up. The big ones are gone. Stay fabulous, stay hydrated, and pride on. Oh. Oh, dude, go ahead. Remembering our volunteers. We're not paid for any of it. Nor we pay for anything we do from here on out either. Not that, no. But it's fun. We have more slides.
We're getting there. There we go.
Love it.
So, just to get a little more into some of the things we're talking about in the video, just to reiterate.
Or call out some details. When you see people with pride shirts in the park, the color tells you what group they're working with. So if you're looking for help with market, look for a red shirt. Black shirts, there's event staff, committee, leadership, and then blue shirts. Are blue shirts still lead volunteers? I don't know if I think blue shirts are still lead volunteers. Sorry, I didn't update this slide.
Yeah.
It is. Okay. All right, cool. Okay. And then there is security in the park. They'll be wearing like a uniform that identifies them as part of the security team. Go ahead, Chris. All right. So like we talked about in the video, the marketplace wraps around the lake. Starts with red down near the Charles Allen Gate and goes orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple all the way around to 12th Street. You can go ahead to the next slide, Chris. Oh, okay. It wasn't the slide I thought it was. I thought the next one was the one that tells how to tell your booth. So what do you get? You're going to have a 10 by 10 tented space unless you've made a special arrangement to not have a tent. That has to be done in advance, and I think that's done by exception only. You'll get a table and 2 chairs included. You can also opt to purchase extra tables and chairs if you need them. Also available optional features are electric, walls for your tent, and tables and chairs.
All at an extra cost.
All right, so next, how do I know where my booth is? So you were given a letter and a number. The letter will tell you what color the rainbow section your booth is in, and then the number tells you which one in there. So if it's Y27, it would be yellow 27. Jen, you want to go or you want me to keep going?
I'll say this. Friday is 8 to 4. We did that all through appointments, right?
So you should have received an email about making an appointment, and I think in a slide or two we have a barcode where you can make that appointment if you haven't done so already. We do recommend making an appointment, especially if you're coming on Saturday morning. Saturday morning gets really crowded and we get backed up. So we're trying our best to kind of help everybody get in and out the best we can. If you can come and set up on Friday, that's really helpful. Even if you just bring stuff for your booth and you're going to bring product or something like that on Saturday morning, it still lightens the load on our team because we only have so many people and so many golf carts.
It kind of works like when you're going to go to lunch after church or before church and you're going to beat the crowd and it never works. It works like that if you don't get an appointment. Everybody shows up at the same time. So if you're able to get that appointment, that would be great.
All right, Chris, we
Thanks.
ready? Okay, so this barcode will take you to a link to sign up for an appointment if you haven't already. Like I said, we strongly recommend you make an appointment just because then we know who to expect and when to expect them, and it just kind of helps us manage the process a little better. Give it a few seconds for everybody to get the picture. Oh, okay.
It's here as well.
Oh, cool. All right, thank you. All right, so how does the load-in process work? You're going to pull in to the park at the 14th Street gate, and you're going to meet our lovely volunteer, Anna, who will be standing there waiting to scan your barcode. The barcode should have been sent to you when you registered. It was part of the registration email you got. But if you don't have it or you can't locate it, if you'll see me after, we can get it resent to you. The barcode is really important to us because it just makes the check-in process a lot faster. Otherwise, we're trying to search and find you in the database, and it's just it just makes it so much faster. After you get checked in at the gate, you'll be put in line to come down the west side drive of the park. And when you get down to the landing, there'll be our team waiting there with golf carts to load your stuff up in the golf cart and take it to the booth. This last part is really important to us too, which is that we don't have a lot of space to work with in the park, and we have to limit the amount of vehicle traffic in the park. So if you can bring somebody with you, and one person can take the car out after we get everything loaded onto the golf carts, and then the other person can go with your stuff to the booth, it makes the process flow a lot more smoothly. All right, so I don't know if we've sent waivers out yet. Okay, so waivers will be coming to your inbox soon. It's required that you have your waiver signed. You can do it digitally ahead of time, ahead of the event, and Anna will see that when she checks you in at the gate. If you aren't able to do that and it's easier for you to bring a printed copy, that's fine too. Just Anna will be getting that from you at the gate when you pull in. Okay, so just in case you can't hear on the Zoom call what Ashley was just saying, she says they're going to be sending those out next week. Some people have already taken care of it. All right.
Oh, he was looking at me. I'm reading the screen. Hey, look at that. Pride does not provide parking. And there is no available parking in the park. And sometimes when I remember my own name, I sometimes remember parking lots around that I could tell you, but most of the time, I'll be honest, I don't. I get stopped and I'm like, Try to please look it up before you come, because by the time you've gotten in there, we're just doing our best to get everybody in, and we're not trying to be rude. We're just overwhelmed in a good way, in a good way. So just plan ahead of time to look for parking around the park. Sometimes the street parking's available if you got an early appointment. If you score that, consider it a win. Camp out.
Yeah, I think another important fact about the parking is that some of the garages around there, like Colony Square comes to mind, are a little proud of their parking. So you might, search to get a better price a little bit too.
Yes, you need to be aware of the height. If you've rented a truck and you're not used to that, make sure you know how tall it is before you leave, because some of these parking garages, you will get stuck. So it's just a tip you don't think about sometimes, except James does because he's good at that stuff. Thank you, James.
All right, so if you are a sponsor, sponsors will be reached out to by part of our team. So you'll be getting special instructions for load-in. Typically, this is big companies, so we're talking about like Coca-Cola and Delta, probably more so than the folks that are typically here. But if you do fall into that category, you may receive more specialized instructions because you have a more complicated setup. Just another reminder that bring two people because we do need to get the vehicle moved out of the park. But then somebody also needs to be able to go to your booth and unload the cart and get your stuff set up. All right, so there is a no-show fee if you don't show up on Saturday by 12 p.m. So just be aware of that. So if for some reason you're not using our load-in process, we do expect you to be there by then. Have your QR code with you. I think we've talked about that enough already. And we don't do refunds for no-shows. And then this is kind of an important thing is that, because this is a Class A event, there are emergency first responders already in the park. So if there is an emergency for some reason, don't call 911. Instead, look for the closest Pride volunteer, no matter what color shirt they're wearing, because they have a radio and they can quickly get help from right in the park.
I wanted to add on about the bring two people in one vehicle. Some people thought, "Ooh, I'll bring two cars and two folks," and then that's two cars that can't move. That is double bad. So please try to bring your extra help in the same vehicle that you're in, so that one person can offload into the golf cart, go with the person to the booth while the other person can move the vehicle. And yes, we will say that a bunch. For me, be a good neighbor. Okay. Limit use of amplified sound, lights, generators. If you can hear it past your booth into the next 3 booths down, it'd be a little too loud. We just want everybody to have the same spot that you have and get the same benefit that you did. So it is inclusive. Displays need to be appropriate for all ages, creeds, and etc. We do not want to do anything to the grass. It's a conservatory, isn't it? Or what's it called?
The Park Conservancy.
What?
Conservancy. It's the Park
Conservancy. It was a something word. Conservancy. The park is. And so they very much take care of all of the foliage, the grass, the trees. We need to protect it. Don't walk on the grass if you can avoid it. I mean, sometimes you can't, but and stay in your booth. No wandering around the park with extra things. I'm going to go and pass out all of this. It's got to be done from your booth.
All right, so it's up to you to keep your stuff legal, but we just like to remind you that counterfeit and contraband items are not allowed. There is a police presence in the park because they work with us about this event, and they're not looking for people who are not or doing something like this. But just keep it right. Food and beverage items are specific to food and beverage items are something that the event has contracted with a vendor. So you can't do food or beverages if you're not that designated vendor. And if you see some of this activity going on or there's a problem, please reach out to one of our red shirts.
Okay, we have, like we said, limited security. APD is in the park. There's people there, but the park is very large. The market is very large. If you don't want it gone, take it with you. A lot of people do put up sides around their tents and try to lock them down as much as possible. You don't want to leave stuff out and about. There's some alcohol involved around in this festival, and some people do some really strange things when they're on alcohol. It just happens. So just keep it contained in your booth and locked up as best as possible. But if it's valuable to you, it's best to take it out.
And we do offer a loadout on Saturday night to help with that. So if you have things you want to take out, product or whatever, after we can bring carts safely into the park, usually that's between 6:30 and 7, then we can help you with that. All right. So after we're done on Sunday night, we'll begin the loadout process. And just to set expectations, the loadout process is always a little bit stressful for everybody involved because everybody wants to be gone. Everybody's ready to go home. You've had a long weekend. It's been a long day. We want to make sure that goes as smoothly as it can go. So when we start coming around, we're going to be talking to you about checking out. And we do want to make sure that you clean up your booth because there is a $200 fee if you have not cleaned up your booth at the end.
One extra thing about security, I don't want everybody to think you have to load out everything. I just don't want you to think that you can just leave it all out and set up like you did. You might want to put some stuff under your table. You know, it's a liability thing. We really can't insure, so it's your decision how you do your things.
All right, so I mean, loading out process is basically the opposite of loading in process, but the difference is in this, why I said what I said before is that we're all trying to do it at the same time. So what will happen is when we tell you load out is starting, you'll send somebody to go get your vehicle and you'll come back into that 14th Street gate. Everybody else that's loading out is going to do that at the same time too. So just please have some expectation. You may have to wait a little while, but our team will be working as hard as we can to get you guys out as quickly as we can. Anything else you want to call out there, Jen?
Yeah, I did want to say that we had talked about trying something different this year. You know, they make those wonderful little baskets that they fold up really small and then they come out and you can get quite a bit in them. If you have those and you want to walk your stuff out to a part of the park, which we can show you on a map later, or it's in the outskirts of like the green area or the purple area, we can probably get carts there more than we can throughout the park. If anybody's ever been to festival, when the meadow empties out, it's a lot of foot traffic and we cannot safely get through there, but
Yeah,
we
we have
can
a
get
hard
that
time.
stuff.
We have a hard time in orange and yellow, especially at first, until people really clear out. You know, if you're in most of green, purple, or blue, we can get you out pretty quickly.
Right.
It's more of a resource constraint. We just have so many carts.
Yeah. But if you want to invest in one of those little things, it will be very helpful and we can get you out faster. We try to be extremely communicative throughout the entire festival of what time we can do things, why we can do them, why we can't. We want you to know because trust me, we want to go home just as much as you guys do. So just, you know, be patient with us and we'll be sending folks around and we'll communicate with you. We'll work together.
Yep. All right. So what questions do y'all have?
He did a great job. Oh, shoot, we got a question. Sorry. No, just teasing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so let's visit that topic a little bit because that's definitely, we would encourage that, right? So the question was, is it okay for you to bring water or snacks or whatever for your people who are going to be working in your booth? And absolutely, we would want you to do that because we want to make sure everybody has a good time and they're safe and healthy. So yeah, that's definitely not a problem. Yes, sir.
So last year, we actually made
Mhm.
the challenge we had was at the end. Our phone number.
The checkout situation didn't go well for us last year. It was definitely a problem area. And we haven't had enough conversation yet about how we want to try to improve that particular aspect. I don't have a phone number for you to call, except, I mean, I could give you my number, but I mean, you know, the problem is we get so buried in what's going on that even me trying to answer my phone becomes problematic. Let us circulate on that a little bit because we definitely know that was a trouble area last year. All right. Oh, one question over here. You first. Okay. Probably not the best topic for me to answer. I mean, certainly a hotspot does work there. I think at a certain point in the festival, depending on what you're using it for, you might have congestion on the cellular network around that area because there's just so many people in the park, which I think is part of the reason the Wi-Fi service is offered. But Ashley, I don't know if you or Chris have more to say on that. So she's asking about the Wi-Fi. So she's asking if using Wi-Fi versus then trying to use a mobile hotspot.
Oh, sorry. There is Wi-Fi in the park provided by Earthlink. We did send out a notice the week before last about upgrading your Wi-Fi, which you are more than welcome to do. And we will send out more of those notifications as we approach the festival date. However, there is some Wi-Fi. So unless you're like needing to download a bunch of things or you have like like a platform and like a huge amount of interfacing that you need to do, then you'll probably be okay with the internet that's provided on the grounds. Am I correct, Chris? Yeah. So you can upgrade if you want to, but if you don't want to, you should be fine with internet that is going to be provided throughout the park. Pardon?
So they're asking about the $500. Is that an upgrade?
That's an upgrade. Yes.
That's
So
if you want a dedicated, if you want a like dedicated plug-in line to some sort of activation you have. If you're just looking to be able to access public Wi-Fi, Earthlink is providing that throughout the park during the festival. But we can't guarantee kind of what level of connection you'll have consistently during the weekend. So we'll send out more information about the opportunity with Earthlink if that's of interest to you.
Okay. You back there? Okay, you're good. Okay. Okay. So the question is, do you get just one golf cart per tent or more than? At the end of the day, we need to get you and your stuff in there. So depending on what your setup looks like, that varies. I do have a few trailers. So if you have bigger pieces, that we move them with the trailers. The trailers are small in quantity, and I don't have a lot of volunteers who are willing to drive a trailer. So we try our best to utilize the cargo golf carts we have the best we can. But you're not restricted to just one. It's whatever it takes to get your stuff.
And you'd be amazed what we can do with bungee cords. We have had some very tall trailers go around, but we're successful.
So you said you have multiple questions. I mean, yeah, if you don't need the table and chairs, I mean, we can get it out of your way.
For those online, the question was, do you have to use the table and chairs that are provided in the booth? And the answer is no. We'll have to schedule them being picked up.
But you just need to let one of our team know that when they take you to your booth, and we'll get it done. All right, do you have more?
Oh, the load-in times?
No, when's the market open?
Oh,
So the market's open from 10 a.m. to, is it 6?
I thought it was 7.
It might be 7 this year. From 10, so I think it's 10 to 7.
Yeah,
10
it's
to
10 to 7.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, I don't know who was first. I'm just going to start over here if that's okay. 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 Mm. I'm sorry to hear you had that experience last year. That's not at all what we try for.
Yeah, Ashley.
I know what the answer is, but well, they were intended to be, and typically they are. And I think this year we're tracking in a better situation than we were last year. Last year there was a couple of issues with our tent vendor because they're the ones that manage all that stuff, and it just didn't go well.
To repeat what he's answering for those online, was tables not being there and not getting delivered from last year, and what are we doing different this year for that process? Is that accurate?
I
Okay,
think
I
that
did.
captured it.
I just
Okay.
want to capture it for those online so they know what you were
So
answering.
what I would say to you is if you find yourself having that problem, you need to find one of us.
this year we're also having like extra tables and chairs drops at the time that all tables and chairs are dropped instead of like them going around and dropping not the extra sets at the same time. So hopefully that will help mitigate the delay. You're gonna try, you're definitely trying to have those same issues here.
Yeah, that was the first year we really had that kind of problem too. So, I mean, last year was a little unique in that respect. Okay. All right. Yes, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's okay. Well, I was pointing to the gentleman behind you because I didn't see your hand at first, but it's all right.
Oh. Okay, well, I didn't hear the question and I need to repeat it for somebody. Oh, you were asking if you could bring your own tent? Okay, have you already selected your booth online? Did you select it then? Because it's on, it's. Hang on.
Okay, if you want an electrical drop or tent walls, see me after this and we can go ahead and sign you up for those things, okay? And what I will say about the branded tents is that if you are a sponsor, you can have a branded tent. If you are not a sponsor, you may not bring your own tent.
Thank you. Who was next? You were, your hand was up, sir. I'll come back to you, sir, I promise.
That in mind, if we purchase two tables, can we bring our own third table?
Sure, if you can fit it in the booth, you have to be able to fit it in the booth. And yes, but prepare that we might need to pile up more stuff on the golf cart and be ready for that too. But yes, the question was, can I bring my own table? As long as you can contain everything inside your booth, you can bring your own table. Yes, sir. Sorry, I'm coming back to you, ma'am. Yes. Absolutely. We would love for you to bring all big brown people that you want. And if they want to stay and volunteer with us, they will be welcome. I'll put them in a red shirt. The question was, can you bring more than 2 volunteers? Absolutely. If you can fit them in the car, I don't care if it's a clown car. I'd love it if 32 people piled out. I'll bungee them up on top of a cart and help them unload. No, yes, the more the merrier. We would love that. Not a problem. I've got the lady behind you first. I'll come back to you, sir. Yes, ma'am. Well, they're supposed to. The question was, do the lights in the back of the booth stay on till loadout? They're supposed to. There have been a couple of times that the electrical company was faster than we were, and it got cut. It would never be a bad idea to have a flashlight with you on your person for any time inside the park because things happen, right? I'm a big flashlight carrying lesbian, so I just like that. That's just me. But yes, they are supposed to stay on. Yes, sir. Until it tips over or the tires go flat. The question was, are the golf carts maximum weight? I learned one time when we were loading some cement blocks that 21 was too many. It went, we took one off and it was fine. And then we went with that. So we challenge those golf carts every year. We haven't broken one yet. So yeah, you'd be amazed what we've learned to do. Robert and James and I have been doing this. It's coming up on 2 decades, which it's hard to believe when, I'm only 20. But yeah, we do some amazing stuff with those golf carts. But as much as you can pack up and bin up, Rubbermaid is your friend and ours. Yes, sir.
Food and beverage that you are vending to do so. That for sale or for giveaway? Can you give away things that are, or that's out? Like baked goods or anything that was like pre-wrapped or anything? Can you do any of that?
They're discussing. The question was, can you give away baked goods? Prepackaged can be given away. So the question was, can you give away food and beverage instead of trying to sell? If it's prepackaged, yes, you can give it away, as long as you're not trying to profit off of it, because the food and vendor people are doing that, or the food vendor people. 3 questions has 4? Oh, let's make a note of this lady. She's gonna be trouble. I'm teasing. What you got? Well, tell them to come next time. We have more fun here. But go ahead. There are lights along the backside of the booth for everyone. The electrical drops are something you pay different for. Yeah, the question was, do all booths have the lights? Yes, but you pay extra for electrical drops. See, I've already forgotten. What's my name? Does anybody know? Anyway, yeah, thanks. Anyone? Bueller? Yes. No, you're good. Mm-hmm. It's going to need to be kind of close up to your booth, because I know you paid extra for a corner, but then you'd also be occupying the in-between space. Just don't take up the whole inside space. Yeah, yeah. Right, depending on where you are, there may be a drain and you might have to work. Yes, there are, and thank God, because sometimes, but it's not going to rain this year. It's going to be beautiful weather. It's going to be lovely. The temperature's going to be great. Everything's going to be fantastic. Yes. The question was, she has a corner booth and she has a cutout, which I love, lesbian U-Haul. Put your face in and take a picture. I'll be there first thing, taking my picture. Although my wife and I have been together 26 years now, and when we got together, I told her, I said, we are not doing the U-Haul thing. We are not. But anyway, she was, can she take up the space next to her booth? And the answer is, no, not really. You can come out a little bit, but you don't want to be given free extra space. Okay, but you did get a corner booth to have that extra room, so you can utilize it a little bit. We will gently remind you if it's overdone. Anyone else? I feel like somebody had whispered something to me to remind people to do, and I've forgotten it already. Okay, we've covered it and we're on time. Thank you all for being here so we could see your lovely faces and talk to you in person. And we appreciate all of you online as well. Chris?
Great. Let's give our marketplace team a hand. So now we're going to take a 10-minute break just to reset. We'll start our parade orientation promptly at 3. So go grab a snack or a beverage, come back here, and if you're part of the parade, we will begin at 3. If you're online and you're staying for the parade orientation, just stay put. We'll change over and be back here shortly.